I actually wanted us to look at what is happening now. Comments, statements from politicians in different fora, even on television, and people are worried. They say they're overheating the polity. And as we move towards 2015, we have also seen what is happening, the violence within the APC in Ogun State, and well, there's also the talk about suppressing some other politicians in Ekiti State, and the police the last time had a crucial meeting with politicians in Lagos and Ogun State here in Lagos, and the DSS also have also cautioned politicians. So we are looking at this now, the APC specifically and the PDP, because they are always in the news. People are worried that we're trying to plunge the nation into chaos.
You mean APC?
I'm talking about politicians.
Politicians, okay. Yeah, thank you, Sulaiman. You know something. When we first look at, you know, the threats to our corporate security, is injustice. You know, it's the. I mean, that's the very first thing. When you have injustice, you know, at the bedrock of any, you know, arrangement, there are bound to be various issues. It is these snippets, these issues that you are seeing and you are reading and about those states. You know, what we have consistently said in APC is that, look, the scenario that is building up in River State, I mean, where the president's wife, the first lady, had come out openly before a committee of bishops, an assemblage of the of Christian clergymen, that, hey, this is the grounds that I have against this person and all those things, and you know, which pointedly showed that that the causal agent of that,
when was
what
this?
is that was, I mean, it was, I mean, last year, you know, I think around May or something.
Was he in the APC at the time?
Who?
The governor.
The governor was not in APC at that time.
He was in PDP.
He was in PDP, you know. So it wasn't. So unlike what away from some of the things that we have read, that it was because he. I mean, I listened to your last guest yesterday, that it was because of that he was already in APC. I mean, that was a puerile, you know, argument or something, you know, because look, the man was not there then, and there was. I mean, it was just about a desire to control the soul of River State. That is the truth of the matter. And we must understand that we must posit, you know, we must situate the problem properly and understand clearly where the problem is. So when you have a situation like that, and you can also link that with the general insecurity that you have in the nation, you know, you see, general insecurity. I mean, if you look at Nigeria now, you know that Boko Haram is the greatest threat to our corporate security, and we all talk about it. I mean, the president had to change his service chiefs, you know, in the last 2 weeks, and I told them, gave them some marching orders, you know, on what they should do. And you look at the bedrock of this, and you see that, look, I mean, in the United States, when you have insecurity of the nation, it is the time that politicians come together. That's the only time that you see Republicans and Democrats talking the same way. You know,
why is the APC
now, let me tell you.
With other parties
now, thank you very much. You see, the American ambassador told you yesterday that this war, you know, can only be, I mean, that they will join you in winning the war. For me, the war against terror is winnable, but on certain conditions. And the conditions are that, look, you know, we knew how Boko Haram started. We saw their leader. I mean, when I was in CPC, we had been able to, you know, situate the problem that Boko Haram, you know, has 3 variants. You have the original Boko Haram, you know, that has an axe to grind with the Nigerian nation because of the killing, extrajudicial killing of their leader, Mohammed Yusuf. You know, you have the
Nigerian nation or the Nigerian police?
Who does why that question? Doesn't the Nigerian police represent the Nigerian state? Of course. You know, I mean, we have a federal police. I mean, no, there is no police anywhere else. No police, no state police. So it's the Nigerian police. Nigerian police represent the Nigerian state.
There wasn't a national.
Chamberlain, please come off this.
No. But no, seriously, there wasn't a national directive. So if you say
national directive, now listen, there wasn't. Listen to me. You said there wasn't a national directive, and yet they have not been able to bring those, culprits, those policemen that did that dastardly killing into books. And listen, even Al Jazeera showed us there is a footage. If you Google Al Jazeera now, there's a footage on Al Jazeera, about on how the Nigerian some policemen led by I think an assistant ASP or something, got some people, many of them crippled, got them to lie face down, and bent over all of them and shot them by the heart.
There was no directive from the IGP
well, there was no directive. If there was no directive, thank you very much.
That group.
Yes,
there was not. So we can't say it's a Nigerian
Thank
issue.
you. That's well said. If there was no directive, why haven't those policemen been brought to book? Let me give you a.
Aren't they being tried?
Let me tell you a story. They are not being tried. Where are they? Have you heard of that?
Well, that's a different scenario if you say it's against Nigeria. Just wanted to clarify.
Let me tell you a short story.
And link it to
No, link it to this one. Let me tell you a short story. During the Nigerian Civil War, just shortly after the Nigerian Civil War, the late General Mohammed Haladu, a Kano man, was commanding a unit in the southeast area. Just after the Civil War, 2 Nigerian soldiers went out and killed 2 Nigerians of Igbo extraction. And when they were asked, why did you do that? They said it was because they thought they were Biafrans. Oh, you thought they were Biafrans. General Aladu put them to proper court martial. And at the end of the day, they were found guilty. General Aladu said, I'm not just going to kill you separately and secretly. He took them to that spot where they killed those Igbo men and got them executed. On June 6, 1998, I was in Akure at a prayer meeting organized by just 2 days before Abacha died, by General Gawan. And General Gawan had this to say. He said, people should not just thank us alone for bringing that war to an end. They should also thank the people that we were fighting then, who did not resort to guerrilla warfare after the war. And that made sense to me, because if General Aladu had not, handled that situation properly, it would have degenerated after the cessation of hostilities. It would have now degenerated into another war.
So are you then saying that this war, this war we have with Boko Haram is justified on the part of the insurgents?
Not at all. Not at all. But don't get me wrong. It's not justified. There are many things that you need to do. We must be seen to not to condone injustice.
Because you seem to be going ahead to explain or justify why you're not on the same page with the PDP government on this particular war against terror.
There are many things that are going wrong. Look at, we have gone this pathway before. The other Inspector General, that's Ringim, gave a date that I'm going to crush Boko Haram in two weeks, this is also time. The next thing we saw that he was even almost crushed in his police headquarters. Why? It's not about talking. Look at the new service.
You're not getting my point.
What's the point?
I'm saying that you're trying to justify why.
Don't use the word.
Are you trying to justify why you're not on the same page with the federal government on this fight against terror? Is that what you're saying?
Listen to me. What is not about justification of anything. Look, when you have injustice, you cannot, there is no human being that can put fire on his roof, thatched roof, in an Harmattan season, and leave the place, leave his hut, and think that all is well. No, we are saying that, look, it's important. Look at all the things that, looking at the solution, the panacea to this problem. You must look at everything in totality.
That was exactly
my
question.
There is an injustice still on.